Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you've joined me today. I am Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lubbock, Texas, and I'm excited to have you here. Sorry I was a minute late. I'm just getting a shadow that I was trying to get rid of and can't seem to be able to do so. So I guess I'm going to have to look into some lighting. But either way, I'm glad you're here, and y'all please leave comments and let me know who you are and where you're from when you hop on, whether you're live on YouTube or live on Facebook or you're watching a replay. I'm happy to have you and would love for you to share with your crafty friends. That's kind of how I meet new people and encourage other people to create on their own. So I'm happy that you tuned in. I will get this set so that I can see your comments here. And I guess we're ready for that. So we are going to be working again with the designer series paper that is called Flight Airy. And this is only available through February 29th or while supplies last. So, and this entire pack of 12 by 12 paper is free. You can't beat that, right? Especially if you love crafting and you love the quality Stampin' Up! Products. This is a great way to go. So I'm going to be doing a series of all these cards. I've done a dozen with this paper, a dozen already. I've done several videos already, so check those if you haven't seen those. And I'll try to make this one pretty quickly so to show you how simple it is. It's a lot of fun. So thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully it's live on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all let me know when you pop in so I know. I kind of did it a different way today, and I'm not quite sure if that's working properly. Okay, we're starting with, and I don't think I told you, I have a blog at createwithkelly.com and a Facebook page, Create with Kelly, and a YouTube channel, Create with Kelly Pitts. So we'd love to have you subscribe to all of those and be a part of our wonderful paper crafting community. I do local classes in Lubbock. If you're in that area, would love to have you join us. Just shoot me an email or whatever, Kelly at createwithkelly.com. And you have to spell the Kelly right, K-E-L-L-E-Y for me. Okay, we're getting started here. This is, let's see if I can find my little sheet of paper that's got my sizes on it. I was trying to get all of these cards in onto a blog post, so that's coming up. So I have a lot of them out there. All right, we're starting with Lemon Lolly. Isn't that a soft, pretty color? I just love the colors on these cards. And the birds, all of these birds from the, oh, let's switch over. Hang on. We'll switch the camera so you can see better. Not me, the cards. There we go. All right. These birds are just fussy cut out of, there are 2 sheets of designer paper of each design. So you've got 6 designs on one side and 6 designs on the other side with that pack of paper. So you get a bunch of these birds that I've used on a lot of the 12 cards that I've designed. And today we're using these that have Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, and Lemon Lolly in them. And you can see this is a little bit different bird, but it's the same colors, so it works with the same color scheme. And I'm doing several classes. We're kind of doing this. I'll be doing some of the cards as beginner cards and some of them in a Stamp-A-Stack. And I do have room in my class that's coming up this Saturday where you get to make a lot of these cards. So just let me know if you're interested in that and I will get you the scoop. This Lemon Lolly piece is your typical card base at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're just burnishing it real well with the bone folder, and I always flip the cardstock over and burnish it on both sides to make it lay flatter. Okay, then let's see. I was going to go ahead and I'm going to cut one of these little birds out for the inside. And I was just going to show you how easy it is to do some fussy cutting. Sometimes people think, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I don't like to do that. It's too hard. It's not hard, people. You just have to be a little patient and That's all. And if you don't want to do the little feet, if that's too much for you, we'll skip the feet and you can hide those under the ribbon or whatever. You don't have to do it the way I did it. But I start and try to leave a little bit of white border all the way around so it's not as obvious if you do a little flub up, which sometimes it's easy to do, but nobody's going to notice. It's a handmade card, so everybody should be excited to get one that you made for them with love. That's what this is all about, is being creative and sharing your creativity, inspiring others to be creative, and just hopefully giving a lift to somebody on a day that they're down. I think this is a really flexible layout and card color combination. It could really, with these two birds, it could be a sympathy card, it could be an anniversary card, it could be a birthday card, it could be a thinking of you, whatever. I just kind of thought it was pretty with the You're in My Thoughts. That comes from the Softly Sophisticated bundle that is also in the Stampin' Up! Celebration catalog that's good through September 29th. So if any of you are looking at placing an order online, I would love for you to use my host code that's up on the screen there. You can see that. That helps me be able to bring you these live videos for free that are kind of short little card making classes. I prefer doing one card per video just so it doesn't take too long at one sitting, and it's easy for you to go back and watch a replay. If you see a card that you want to try making later, it's easier for you to find it than it is if I do multiples on one video. So that's why I just try to keep it at one. Okay, so see, that just didn't take very long at all to get that fussy cut. So now we've got this one to go with our other birds, and you'll want to divide your birds up, or I did. I put them by color and category and which way they were facing, so that if I used two birds on one card, I wanted them facing each other. And so then the extras, like I had more of this bird facing this way than I did this bird. So I paired all of these up and put those in card packets to go together. And then I'm using the extra for the inside. Okay, we're going to use our blending brushes today. And I guess that's the next step. So I'm going to set this aside and move all of that. And then we're going to get our little scrap paper, which you will definitely want some kind of scratch paper to do your blending on. And this is using our wonderful Stampin' Up! Blending brushes, which are just awesome. And I have them like one for light blue, one for dark blue, one for greens, blues, pinks, reds, that kind of thing. But you start with a pack of 3 of these and you will fall in love with them. You don't need one for every color. You could get by with the 3 if you wash them often, but I don't have to wash these really because I try to stick with the same color family on there. I just had a class with these and it's got a little extra. I wanted to make sure I kind of have it the way I want it here. Let me see how the green looks. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, we're going to start with, this is the inside piece. This is your typical inside 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to do that at the same time that we do the front. And this is 3 by 5 1/4, I do believe. Let me double check for you real quick. Let's just see. Yep, 3 by 5 1/4. So this is going to be on the front. This is this part, which we're going to attach this stripe to. And this stripe is lemon lolly and white, and it is from that Bright and Beautiful pack that is in the annual catalog, Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. Okay, so we're going to do Boho Blue and Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to mostly do Boho Blue. Let's start with this one first. And we're going to kind of leave a little bit white space up there more for where the greeting is. But always, 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 when you are using our blending brushes, you want to have something to stamp off onto so that you get all the yucky stuff. Can you see that right there? That is not going to blend on your card if you get a mess like that directly on your card. So if you'll tap, 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 get some ink on there, tap it off, and then slowly come in from the side. And you want to kind of build your layer of color. You want to start with it softer than you want to end up with it. It's fine. And this down here, I shouldn't have had my fingers in the way there. Somehow I got something underneath it. Let's see if something's under there. I don't know where that came from. All right. We may, I'm going to turn it over. I didn't like the way that little thing curved there. Looks like I've got something in my, that's it. The brush isn't clean. See, I've got little flecks of stuff in there. You never know what's going to happen when you have a class with a bunch of people working with your brushes. So I guess those little spots are kind of making little curvy lines here, which will just make that work for us. See how that's happening? I've never had that happen before. Oh, there's like a little hair or fuzz or something in there. Have y'all had this happen before? We'll just make sure and put a bird there. But we're going to go in from the side. Like I said, always tap off. And I'm kind of more with the boho blue on this side. And I'm going to go a little bit up in that corner too. Get a little bit of color all over. And then I'm going to go with a little Lost Lagoon over here on this end. And I'm going to use my light green. It's a kind of a greenish blue. So I'm going to go with my green brush. See how that does. Just kind of in here a little bit. Kind of like the birds themselves have a little of that Lost Lagoon-y kind of color in with the blue. So we'll just kind of mix that a little bit. And we don't want it too dark, but I may go, and this is my old Lost Lagoon. We had Lost Lagoon as a color years ago, and then it just recently came back into our line, which is awesome. So it still works, so I didn't buy another one. Just sticking with my old one. That's not quite as good a pad. Our new design is definitely better. Trying to smooth those little lines out a little bit. All right, there's that. Now we'll do the same thing with the inside. I'll go back to my blue brush. And I may have a little fuzzy stuff on here, but I think I forgot to bring my, oh no, there they are. I don't know if I want to use a Kleenex on there. This may be doing more harm than good. I have little spots on here as well as on my brush. So we'll just deal with that after the video. Okay, I think I'm going to have kind of bluish in the middle section here. And then kind of green at the bottom. Hopefully I'm still in view. And hopefully that looks kind of like sky. And we'll go back with our Lost Lagoon just a little bit at the bottom. That's going to be with our green brush. Anybody has any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to try to help answer them. I'm thrilled to have you here watching. Okay, there's that. I think we're good to go there. Now I'm going to do our greeting in Night of Navy. And we're going to do, I really kind of like that You're in My Thoughts. And that is from this Softly Sophisticated bundle, like I said earlier, that has an embossing folder with it. And this set is free. The embossing folder and the stamp set come free if you choose that gift with your celebration purchase of $100 or more. Okay, we've got I Appreciate You, and we have You're in My Thoughts. So I think I'm going to stick with You're in My Thoughts. I need a couple of those. And we're just going to use Night of Navy. Let's get that back in view so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. This is going to be on the front at the top. And you always tap, 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 and then turn it over. Make sure everything looks good and that you didn't make a mess anywhere. Then we're going to stamp right here, straight down. Give it a little pressure, straight up. Stampin' Up! Ink is great stuff. Okay. Then I think we'll go ahead and do on the inside. Let me clean this off really quickly. This is my little Stampin' chamois. Okay. And I think I'm going to use from the Happy Labels set, Life is Better with You. Just to kind of give somebody, if you're wanting to send a card that says You're in My Thoughts, it could be a sympathy card or whatever you want it to be. But I think Life is Better with You is a very cheery, something to let them know, even if they're down in the dumps or they're struggling with something, just let them know we're thinking of them and we think life is better with them. Who wouldn't want to get that? All right. I don't see any questions so far. Anybody out there? Are y'all able to make comments? If y'all would let me know, that'd be great. Because like I said, I kind of did this a different way on StreamYard than I usually schedule it. I was trying to do it in advance and not put an exact time in. And so I'm not sure it works with your comments because I haven't seen any yet. Okay. Life is Better with You. All set with that. And I think we're going to make use a little bit of this little splatter, spackle, whatever you want to call it, on the kind of as a ground for the bird over here or something to ground it. I'm going to go back with our Lost Lagoon on that. And just make him a little place to rest right down here. There we go. And that's all there is to that. So Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Boho Blue were the colors I chose to go with these particular birds on the DSP. The DSP itself has a lot of choices on that. Okay, and we're going to get out a couple of, I think we're going to do this one with these opaque faceted gems. These are also in the celebration catalog, so they are only good through February 28th also. Let me show you these in here. Opaque faceted gems, 162979. And you should have all these products listed in the video or right below the video, so that if you want to order some of those, you can just click on there, make it easy peasy. Whenever you place your regular order, and you can choose which of these items you'd like for free. Okay, I think we're done with that. Let's move that out of the way and get our little silicone mat. This is what I use for gluing so that I don't make a mess everywhere. We're going to take our lemon lolly. Hopefully my hands aren't too bad. Let's see if I can reach a wet wipe. Hopefully it's still wet. Yep. See if I can get a little ink off so I don't get it right all over that lemon lolly cardstock, because that will definitely show, won't it? Oh, good. I have a comment. Hi, Renee. Thank you. I'm good to see you in Houston. So you're quite a ways from us in Lubbock, but I've been there. Have you ever been to Lubbock? Glad you joined. Thanks for letting me know the comments work. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach this on the inside. And you can just use liquid glue or Stampin' Seal, whatever your favorite adhesive is. On the inside, we'll just center that. So this piece of paper is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to attach this cute little bird. I'm just going to set him right here. And I'm going to glue him down flat because I don't usually use dimensionals inside a card. And just so these feet don't get torn off, I'm going to make sure they get totally glued down too. And I'm just going to kind of set him there in that little pile of whatever that is. Ground. Now, isn't that sweet? So you can see the little bit of the color in the background. It really makes a difference over just the plain Jane white inside. Let's see. Let me get my bone folder back out. I'll find it in a minute. See if I can flatten that again. Found it. I sound like Susan Campfield, huh? If y'all have watched her. It is so good to know that I'm not the only demonstrator who loses everything while I'm working on something. It can disappear. Okay, this part you need to be careful because on this card I did it a different way, okay, with my ribbon. And this Lemon Lolly ribbon is from the combo pack that has Tahitian Tide, Bubble Bath, and Lemon Lolly. It's in the annual catalog. Comes as a trio. And I did it where you see it on the inside and try to tie it, but it's really hard to get your knot exactly right in the right space and get all this where it's not too loose and this doesn't move around. So I decided, nope, not doing that again. So I did and suggested for my class that I did the other night. Whoops, and I'm going to turn that the other way. If you ever have a cardstock that's not exactly even there, as you can see, you can try to straighten it. Oh, well, I can't change it at this point. I forgot because I've already glued the inside down. I'm glad I noticed that. So we need to kind of fix it this way. But if you haven't glued the inside, it's better to flip it over where the short side is on the back. But I can always trim that if it bothers me once we get it done. But now we know that's the inside, so this has to be the front. All right, what I was talking about with the ribbon, I want more of the Lemon Lollies showing, and I want this to be even like this. So I'm going to put it on my card as if I were about to glue it down, but I'm not going to glue it down because I'm going to tie the ribbon around these two pieces once they're glued together. So I'm just going to go right at the bottom, and then I'm lining up the card, lining up the bottom of this Lemon Lolly stripe. And in case you missed that, it's from the Bright and Beautiful paper pack that is in the annual catalog. I love kind of combining different suites and different packs of DSP to create the look that I'm going for. All righty. Now we're going to take our ribbon, which this piece is about probably 7.5 inches, something like that. So I didn't glue this down because I wanted to put this ribbon on. And I always like to use seal with my ribbon. I'm going to use it just on the sides here, kind of give myself a little bit of room for that to attach to, and then figure out exactly where I want it. I think I'm going to do kind of just barely overlapping that top of where the yellow or the Lemon Lolly intersects with the white paper. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's see if I have that about right. Pretty straight. Boy, that Lemon Lolly, I should have been a little more careful. I forgot how light that is. Okay. Now we will take our little piece. This is about a 3.5 inch piece. of the same ribbon. And I'm just going to tie a little knot separately here. And if you'll kind of just, oops, I should have done it upside down, I think. Nope, that's going to work. Kind of try to pull it more to one side so it squares up the knot a little bit. Is kind of what I'm trying to do, but I think I'm going to do it upside down. You have a little bit of wiggle room doing it this way. So I'm going to try it this way. I don't know if I should be going in from the other angle. I can't remember how I did it. Because you can go in from the left from the top, or you can go in from the right from the top, or either way from the bottom. So let's see if we're getting the same look or different look. Get it over closer to where I want it. Yep, still not exactly what I want, but it's going to have to work. I didn't make that very long, did I? Probably should have made that a little bit longer where I could have double tied the knot. But if we put a glue dot in there, I think it will be fine. And then take my good ribbon scissors to kind of cut that at an angle. Boy, I didn't realize I had shorted everybody at class. I was trying to make a roll stretch. We'll just do it tight like that. Okay, and then this still moves a little bit if you need it to. Okay, then we're going to take our Take a Pick tool and some little glue dots. Hopefully I have glue dots in here. I think I took them out for class. Well, we'll pretend. I would recommend putting a glue dot right under there to hold that down. I just don't have them in here at the moment, so we're going to proceed without it. Then I'm going to take Stampin' Dimensionals and put a couple per bird. And before you take the backs off, you should kind of audition your pieces and see where you want them. Do we want them the same level? Do we want them facing each other? Do we want them facing opposite ways? I'm going to go ahead and get this off my hand and not take the back off yet till we decide what we're doing. Here is this one. And I think I put my ribbon up a little higher. I think this one up is good, right where he's kind of sitting on the very top of the ribbon. Might want to come down just a tad more. And I just try to lay them there. Whoops, nope, I want him facing this one. Okay, he's going to be the lower one. He's going to be at the bottom of the ribbon. Just going to barely lay him on there. Take the backs off of this one. So it kind of seems backwards, but if you want them facing each other, it would be this way. Do y'all like them facing each other? Or do you want them facing opposite? What do you think here, peeps? I kind of think that works. Since none of you said, no, change it, I'm going to go with it. And then I'm just going to glue this entire piece on. I'll be a little more careful with that. Spread that out a little so that doesn't show under that lemon lolly, because that is really light paper. And the light paper, just like the foils, can sometimes show where your liquid glue is. So you have to be careful about that. Then you're just going to center this in your card front, on your card front. And that is all there is to that, except a little bit of embellishment. And you could use the rainbow. That's what I used on the first one. the rainbow adhesive back dots. That's what I used here, where I used 2 Lemon Lolly and 1 of the Lost Lagoon. If you can see that. And then, okay, Renee. Thank you very much. That's what they're doing. I'm glad. Thanks for your input. Okay, so you can use those, or I think these are pretty also. These are faceted, and these are the ones that are in the Celebration catalog that you can earn for free. Again, let's see where that, well, I showed them to you a while ago, so you know where to find them. So we could do all these in the same color, because we don't want the pecan. You don't want to introduce, or I don't want to introduce a totally different color into the little color scheme. So these dots come in Calypso Coral, and this, I don't know if this is officially Lost Lagoon color or what it is, but it looks great. It looks like Lost Lagoon to me. Do we want one all the way over here, up here? I like doing 3. I'm just kind of barely laying them on there. I think that's a little high, so that hopefully I can move them a tad. If we move that one down a little bit. Whoops, sorry, a little high there. I can still move them a little bit. Do y'all like the all green? I think either one works. So a lot of, you probably have several different dots that would work, would coordinate with this suite. Just make sure that for a cohesive look that you repeat the colors that are in the designer series paper that you're working with. So the Lost Lagoon works, and the Lost Lagoon mixed with the Lemon Lolly works either way. So hope y'all have enjoyed this card. Here's the front, here's the inside. That cute. Thank you, Deborah. I really like this one too. It's one of my favorites out of the 12, and I will be doing some more videos. I think I'm just gonna change over real quick right now and do another one for you. I can give you a little teaser. I'm gonna try to get 2 more done tonight that I've got kind of set up, and that's these 2. Sneak peek. So stay tuned or come back for the replay if you want to see those. And I will have a PDF. It's not a whole tutorial, but it will have the supply list and the measurements for all the cards. If you are interested in that, that will be, whoops, that's a little close up. Goodness gracious. But I will have that available if you place a $50 order with me and get your Flight Airy paper for free. Then you could get the PDF with everything to make all 12 of my designs with that paper. So would love to help you with that if you need help with your order, and my host code is on there. Thanks, Renee. All right. Well, I will let y'all go. Sorry about the lighting. I don't know what to do about it. It just suddenly has changed to where it's a little bit darker and I get more shadows. So if y'all have any suggestions, I'm happy to listen. Thanks again for tuning in. I don't see any more questions, so I appreciate you sharing with your crafty friends. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Fun times ahead. Bye-bye.